Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Mansfield Leisure Centre. Tonight, Panics Promotions and John Ashton, in association with our main sponsors, Red Square, the drink that packs a punch, proudly present Mayhem in Mansfield, culminating in the IBO Bantamweight Championship. All of tonight's officials are appointed by the IBO, your President Ed Levine of Florida in the USA. Your steward in charge is Mr. Charles Giles. Your inspectors are Bob Rice, Les Potts, and Trevor Williams. And your doctors are Dr. Chowdhury and Dr. Parker. Ladies and gentlemen, we begin this evening. Your first contest is 6 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Between and introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, this young man is wearing the black trunks with the white trim. At the weight, he's scaled 9 stone and 2 pounds. He brings to the ring a 16-fight record, 7 wins, 3 of those wins inside the scheduled distance, 8 defeats and 1 draw. Please welcome from Merthyr, Chris Williams. And across the ring in the red corner, wearing the blue shorts, at the weigh-in, he scaled 9 stone and 3 pounds. He has a 10-fight professional record, 7 wins, 4 of those wins inside the scheduled distance, with only 2 defeats and 1 draw. Please welcome from Chesterfield, Craig Spacie. Your timekeeper at the bell is Mr. Brian Heath from Sutton Coldfield, and your referee is star referee John Coyle of Wolverhampton. This is 6 3-minute rounds.
Hitting on the break. Shake hands, you know the rest. Good on the break.
Well, this might be very good. Craig Spacie coming off an excellent win, the best of his career over former British title challenger Alex Moon just 3 weeks ago. He's in the blue trunks here from Chesterfield, in with Chris Williams, who's scarcely in a bad fight. These two have met before 17 months ago. It was one of those Nobbins fights with coins thrown into the ring in appreciation afterwards, and on that occasion Spacie outpointed Williams. So can he repeat that win? It might be a good little potboiler, this one, Glenn.
I think just the styles of the two fighters will make it a good fight again. You know, they're both quite aggressive. Spacie, the better boxer of the two, but certainly Williams knows how to fight. So this should be a good one.
Spacie was particularly effective with his jabs and right crosses on the night that he wrecked Alex Moon's chances of going in for the British featherweight title. Really was a great performance from him that night. Needs to build on it, though. Good shot from him there. And already some bruising on the cheek of Chris Williams, the Welsh champion, who's one of those punching postmen. Been a few of those down the years.
Well, he's starting well, Spacie. He's got fast hands, and that's working to good effect. Using his hooks well, and then trying to get out of range quickly before Williams comes back.
Spacie's on a bit of a roll at the moment. He's won his last 4. Also had a good point to Randy Green from Middlesbrough last November. He might be one of those improvers who's just beginning to find himself in this business.
Well, it's all about belief in yourself and confidence, and you know, that's what he's starting to show.
Spacie busier early on. He's got good fast hands as well. It's a good solid orthodox sort of style that he has. Defense looks reasonably tight.
He's just still got to remember his jab. He's a good boxer, nice and quick. He can get in and out and use that jab, but then when he gets there, throw some combinations and then back out of range.
Damage under the right eye already for Chris Williams, who comes from the traditional fight town in South Wales, Merthyr Tydfil.
And there's a bit of blood from the nose of Spacie as well. Williams still getting through to him.
Good movement and jabbing from Spacie. Good busy opening round between these two, and for my money, Spacie just getting the better of it. There's Williams' record so far. He's better than that bare record suggests, Glenn.
Yes, he is. And I mean, his best win, he got a point win over Michael Gomez. So he does have a bit of talent.
He not only had the win over Gomez, it was in his second pro fight, and that was coming off a 56-second defeat on his debut.
That's right. And obviously coming off such a disappointment, very good to then go in with somebody like Gomez and get a win over him.
Excerpts from round one coming up.
Yes, just a better punching from Spacie. Good left hook there. He's quicker. The hand speed at this point is the difference between the two fighters. Spacie just that bit quicker and maybe with a little bit more technical ability.
Second round then of 6. Super featherweight division. Blue trunks right of the picture. Craig Spacie from Chesterfield. And the black of Chris Williams. Williams has the kind of style which means he's nearly always in pretty good little fights. Went the distance with former world champion Barry Jones, who some would say might still be our best at this weight, though Michael Gomez would argue about that.
Well, he's got a strong and stubborn style, Williams. He's a little bit upright and then hence gets hit a bit more. But, he's still strong and he can still give anybody a fight.
Still only 22 as well, Chris Williams. Spacie early on, just that bit busy and more accurate, though. That's a good right hand from Williams. Picking the punches pretty well, isn't he, Spacie, in there?
Yes, he is. He's pretty accurate with that straight left-right. That's a good punch again, just keeping Williams off balance with that jab and plenty movement.
Well, it's exactly the same tactics that served him so well against Alex Moon. And that will have done wonders for his confidence, I would think, that win, wouldn't you?
Well, it should have. It should have really built him up and, made him feel very, very confident.
It's only the 11th pro fight tonight for Spacie. He's got a couple of defeats on his record, and one of them was on a third-round stoppage to the British champion Michael Gomez. That would have been his worst night. Gomez is the only man to floor him, by the way.
Still just trying to keep his rhythm, Spacie, and he's got a good rhythm, but occasionally just getting hit like he did there.
Just a moment of carelessness. That's good from Williams with the body punch. And he gets there as well with that little right hook. It's marked up around the face, Williams, and he has been stopped a couple of times on injuries in his career before.
Well, he's doing a bit better, Williams, in this round. He's getting close and he's starting to land a few decent shots himself.
Blocked that shot with the glove. Getting interesting. There's Spacie's record. 2 defeats on his record, but it's not out of the question, Glenn, that if he can keep up this good run, he might get a British title shot himself down the road.
Well, it could very well happen. There's not a great deal of difference between the championship class and this level. And you just need, confidence really, and just learning a few little things can bridge the gap up to British championship level. I thought in the second he was just getting caught a little bit more, and I thought Williams did quite well. He was busier, he was getting his shots off, and I think Williams may well have shared the honours.
I thought Spacie won the first 2 minutes of the round and Williams the last minute, so I just gave it to Spacie.
There's a good left hand, just as he came up with his head a little bit Spacie in the air. Williams obliged with a long right hand.
Third round, and these two providing good entertainment again, as they did in their first meeting, won by Spacie. Spacie in blue. He's a genuine super featherweight, although his manager John Ashton thinks he could make featherweight as well. Now Williams is getting closer and starting to let the leather fly. Some good punches being landed here by Williams, who's actually asking a few more questions now of Spacie than Alex Moon managed to.
Yes, he is. He's getting his punches off quick, and this is just causing Spacie to regroup and have a think, and he can't really afford to do that. You know, he relies on that jab going out and keeping Williams busy.
One of the problems for Spacie is that he's just a little outreached in there. Sharp little left hand, but it's looking harder for Craig Spacie now.
Yeah, the strength of Williams just starting to get closer, starting to just knock Spacie out of his rhythm a little.
It was a very good right hand from Williams in that exchange right at the start of it.
Well, this is where it's just starting to get hard for Spacie, and where it's very important that he can keep his head and keep to his good boxing.
Beginning to walk in and get close, and Spacie unable to dominate behind his jab quite as much as he was early on. Shift in the plot here. And he's trying to walk through him.
He's trying to use his strength, get as close as he can, make Spacie fight on the back foot. And Spacie likes to, you know, come in and out of range, and he's not being allowed the room to find his punches.
Decent little burst by Spacie, but Williams looking very, very strong and determined. This could get very close.
Williams doing some better work on the inside, some nice little uppercuts he's throwing. They're painful punches for Spacie to take.
It's a good straight right by Spacie. And then he walked onto the left jab too, Williams. Just getting a little careless late in the round, Williams, having dominated it.
And this really is a test of character for Spacie.
Well, both Glenn and I thought Chris Williams won that third round.
Yeah, I thought he was a little busier. There's a sharp right hook from the southpaw stance that Williams boxes out of, and then the right uppercut. And then I think a couple of shots there maybe just hurt Spacie a bit. He had to think of things more. Williams showing some great determination, trying to take the fight to Spacie.
Although he's the younger man here as well, Chris Williams, he's more experienced, isn't he? He's long amateur career and more pro fights too.
Yes, he has. He does have some ability and some strength, Williams. I'd just like to see him use a bit upright, move his head more. You know, if he could just get a little bit more rhythm around the shoulders and the head, he'd be a much better fighter.
So moving into the fourth round of this intriguing little super featherweight battle. Craig Spacie may be winning the first two rounds, though Glenn thought the second was shared. Williams definitely winning the third, we thought.
Well, my God, you know, I've got to twice. I've got this fight level.
Spacie trying to get back to his boxing. Both of these two really better than six-round class, aren't they?
Yes, they are. I think a problem for Spacie now is that, there's a possibility he might get drawn into a fight with Williams. I'm not sure he really needs that. He's got to rely on his boxing skills a little bit more.
Although having said that, at the beginning of this round, he's mixing it quite effectively at close quarters. Williams' defence quite tight though, and he does favour that uppercut. It's really even Steven stuff, this.
Well, this is a good fight, a test of wills going on in there.
Some blood around the eye of Spacie. It might be coming from the nose, just having a closer look. Sometimes the lights play one or two tricks on you.
Well, he's really determined in there, Williams, trying to push forward, trying to take the fight to Spacie. And Spacie has been made to really work hard.
Well, this has got all the intensity of a championship fight about it. Some ferocious exchanges between them now.
Again, he works well with that right uppercut. Williams, he's caught Spacie a few times with that.
Well, they've almost traded punch for punch in this round. It'd be a nasty shot for Craig Spacie if, having beaten Alex Moon, best win of his career, he was to come a cropper here, but it could easily happen. This one's on a bit of a knife edge. Good shots from Williams. Got there twice with the left hand.
Well, he's starting to fancy this job a little bit, Williams.
I think he did when he came out at the beginning. I think he fancies every job. He's that kind of kid, isn't he?
Yeah. Spacie's still trying to keep busy, and that was a good round of boxing.
Well, he's breathing hard in the corner, Craig Spacie, and he's got every right to breathe hard because that was a terrific 3 minutes of action.
That was a very good round. He tried very hard to keep Williams at bay, but wasn't really able to, and they had some very good trade-offs with each one having their successes. I just thought that maybe Williams did a little bit more. He was the more dominant of the two. Good punches like that, the right uppercut, straight left hand. And then just finding it hard work, Craig Spacie.
It was very hard to separate them in that round, but like Glenn, I thought maybe Williams just shaded it. So I've got it even now.
I've got Williams 1 point ahead. A very good fight.
And 2 rounds to go. 2 rounds which will almost certainly decide the outcome of this excellent undercard bout here. It's a little cracker. Blue trunks, Craig Spacie. Stripes down the side of the Merthyr Tydfil fighter, Chris Williams, who's been boxing since he was 10.
Well, Williams just with that high guard trying to walk straight through the punches of Spacie, but getting caught with a few on the way in.
Now, who can finish strongest down the stretch here? These two look fit enough to go 15 rounds, let alone 6, don't they?
Yes, they do. They're going to have to be fit. This is going to be fought at a good pace, I think, these last couple of rounds.
Spacie finding it hard to lance his jab through the high-held guard of Chris Williams.
Spacie definitely been busy. Williams just not throwing as much, just content to walk forward.
Not landing on the gloves, though, from Spacie. Like those shots. And that one. Something the referee, John Coyle, will be taking due note of. Williams needs to do a little more himself. Just went doing a bit of a lull at the start of this round.
Well, Spacie's having to throw twice as many punches to land just a few more.
better, though, from Spacie. Williams got there with that straight right through the middle. They're very well matched, these two.
Well, there's the good clash of styles. Every now and again, you know, whatever level they're at, fighters come together, and you know, the styles just clash to make an entertaining fight.
Well, I said to Glenn driving in here today that this might be the fight of the night, and it hasn't let us down. Well, there was a good left hand, but Spacie back there with the right. Just a bit more accurate in this round, maybe, Spacie.
Yes, he's just been more accurate and he's been busier. And I think that's been the difference. So at this point, it just looks like he wanted a little bit more Spacie.
He needs it to keep his run going. Occasionally, his defence looking a little sloppy. But that's excusable, really, at the pace this is being fought.
Well, he's having to do a lot of work, Craig Spacie.
Williams looks strong, but he's only ever scored 3 knockouts. So maybe the power isn't there to go with the punches.
Yes, I think he's not really a one-punch hitter, but he's a strong puncher.
Well, 3 minutes left, blood from the nose, and looks like the mouth as well of Spacie. That was a good burst from Chris Williams, but I gave the round to Spacie, and I now have a point ahead.
Right, well, I've got it even. I thought that was a good lift from Spacie. He really tried to do a bit more, and he did it. Williams just kept walking forward too much, didn't get the shots off. When he did, they were quite good ones, but he didn't throw enough of them for me to win the round. So for me, I've got it all on this last round.
It's Chris Williams, postman when he's not boxing. Probably does his road work on the morning rounds. I bet they get their letters early down in Merthyr. Bit swollen up around the face. Here's the last round of this one then, and it's been a really good one too. Outcome could easily depend on this final session. Spacie looking to make it 5 wins in a row and move closer to a shot at the British title. Chris Williams, as ever, looking to upset the apple cart. That's a good burst from Williams. Oh, it's a big right hand too. Great start to the round for Williams.
Yes, that was a solid right hand. He just feinted with the left and let go with the right, and Spacie wasn't ready for that one.
Well, this ought to be another Nobbins fight, really. So at the final bell, I think we'll duck to avoid the coins. If they do that here in Mansfield, they ought to. Because these guys deserve more than they're going to get paid tonight, whatever it is.
Well, he's just, for me, a little bit busier, Spacie, but it's a cracking last round. You tell both of them want to win this one.
Damage under the left eye for Williams, who's really getting stoked up and looking fiery in this final round. Maybe Spacie just slightly the more tired of the two, but that's only a hunch.
Yes, I think he is slightly more tired, but he's been the busier of the two. He's had to work harder for this.
Could even be a draw, Glenn.
It wouldn't be a bad draw. Certainly a result I wouldn't argue with.
I think it'd be a good draw, and it might even be the right result.
Yeah, I just think in this last session, Spacie a little bit busy, a little bit more accurate.
That's good shots again by Williams. For me, he's landed the more solid punches in this last round, Glenn Williams. Made a great start in the opening half minute, but this is good from Spacie now. Look at this fight.
Well, just the 6th rounder, they're not getting paid very much, but look what it means to them to get the win.
It's a credit to both of them, this contest. Neither of them really deserves to lose it.
Well, I still think Spacie just a little bit busier, a little bit more accurate.
No knockdowns, but certainly one of the best undercard fights we're likely to see this year at this level. Last 10 seconds now. We'll soon have our answer here. Williams with a right hand and a left hook. And at the end of it, Williams has got it. Williams gets it. And he looks up to the heavens. And that's a fantastic win for Chris Williams. It really is. And you do feel, though, for Craig Spacie, who, having caused an upset over Alex Moon last time, tastes defeat himself on this occasion. It must have been very, very close. I thought Williams did win the last round, and I had it dead level, even a draw myself.
Yeah, well, I had just Spacie by 1. I thought it was very, very close. You certainly wouldn't argue with the decision Williams win. He did box very well, and you know, he wanted to win. I mean, they both put on a tremendous fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 absorbing rounds of featherweight action, your referee John Coyle has scored the contest as follows. For Spacie, 57 points. For Williams, 58 points. Your winner from Merthyr, Chris Williams.
3 rounds to 2 with 1 even.
And a round of applause, please.
So it was scored, and I suspect Williams won it on that final round. Could there be a third meeting? Nobody would be complaining if there was.
Just checking.